Hey, thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule to view this. What we're going to be covering today is the MyResClub investment opportunity. I got my business partner and really good friend, Rick Moore, on here. Rick and I have been in business together. We've known each other for probably close to 16 years. We've actually been in business and owned our own company together for 9 years now. And we've always get approached with tons of opportunities, lots of things to look at. And I'll tell you what, we are so excited about the investment opportunity with MyResClub, because it's something totally unique. Now, MyResClub is the kind of the travel side of this, but we're talking about having giving people, average person, average Joe, the ability to be kind of an investment partner in fractionalized investing into high level resort complexes such as Margaritaville, just to name one that you're probably familiar with. Rick, you and I have been talking about this for a little bit, and what's so funny is when we were looking at this for the first time, you were telling me that you had already been studying this to begin with over the last 6 months or so. Why don't you, for somebody who's taking a look at this, why don't you explain? And by the way, we didn't call each other to match shirts, but it's kind of funny that we did. Why don't you explain this to people, what you think is what this potential is and why you got so fired up when you saw this. So everybody, Rick Moore, you're on one side
All
or
right.
the other.
Thanks, Mike. And hi, everybody out there. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. We're going back and forth when we talk pretty much every day about other things we have going on all the time. And so, when this popped up, I think when you and I were talking about it, you didn't really realize why I was excited about it. Why I was excited about it was because I had been studying the whole idea of acquiring vacation property, specifically in Florida. I live in Georgia. And so I've got family down in Southwest Florida, and I've been down there. And really, my grandfather was down there when I was born. So I've always been connected down there and always, but I've never really taken the dive in to go look to acquire a property down there. And so my ultimate goal is what I want to ultimately have down there is my own marina. So, you got to have a big goal, and that's where I ultimately want to get to. And so what I saw here at MyResClub was like, wow, this is a way to be in the game like right now, because the current environment in real estate, and I've been studying all these real estate YouTubers that are out there for the last year probably, and online courses I've taken, and I've had a background in commercial real estate too, so I'm not kind of new to the whole concept of real estate, but what I saw here was a way for anyone that wanted to get in the game and learn how the whole thing works in a fractional way, participating with a company like this that really takes a lot of the risk out of it. And the fact that you can end up with a property where you control 10% of the year. What's 10% of the year? Well, it's more than a month. So if you yourself are in the mind of, hey, I want to be down in Florida and I want an easy way to do that. And this is not timeshare. Fractional investment is not a timeshare. And so, whether you like those things or not, my feeling has always been I want more control than that. And so this is kind of a bridge between you go spend a huge amount of money down there right now. And I want to say this about the market right now. Now is not the time for someone to go make a huge personal investment in a property down there, in my opinion, because the market's inflated as most of America is. And we're going to see big challenges in real estate like we already have. Interest rates up, property values up, which makes homes unaffordable. And the whole vacation investor rental business, which is, most major markets in America, almost a third of the properties that are owned by investors. There's a whole lot more risk and there's a whole lot more to owning something as an individual and then trying to, whether you use a rental service or whatever else to keep it going. This thing that MyResClub has put together, I was so excited because I've been studying this market for a year and couldn't believe what they were doing existed, frankly. Then I went through the training program myself. And I want to say this, if you're looking at this, you want to join MyResClub, go all the way in. Go study it. Go take the excellent training course that's in there. And it's free once you become a part of MyResClub. But, frankly, I don't see a lot of people jumping in and doing that right away. But if you want to know what you're in, that's how you find out what you're in, right?
Right.
So take it serious. If you're going to invest, understand what you're looking at.
Right. I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do, Rick, if you don't mind. First, I got to give us a disclaimer. We are not investment advisors and we're not giving you tax or investment advice. We're just kind of sharing what we've seen and what is available. And if you don't mind, Rick, I actually just pulled it up while you were talking. I'm going to share my screen and let me
please.
show what the MyResClub investment thing looks like. Okay. So it's pretty cool because if I go through and share this, you're going to see that once you become part of MyResClub, or we suggest that you become part of MyResClub, you have the opportunity to go in and look at the different investments that they have. And what's nice is this one's actually about to close. You can see here, there's only a few days. Actually, they're going to max it out pretty quick. But you have the ability to get, we're talking 18, up to 18%. I think it's most of them will tell you exactly. It's like 15 to 18% on depending on the property you invest in. Like this one right here, fixed for Orlando, Florida, is a villas, like a whole villa, and you're getting 15%. This one's a 5,000 minimum investment. Some of them are, a lot of them are going to become only $1,000 fractional investment to get in, and people can increase that and so on. And the dividends are paid out quarterly, if I understand correctly, which is really, really nice. So go ahead, Rick. I'm going to stop sharing the screen, but I just wanted people, and people can go in and look at that, and you can actually get all the information in there that you need. I know this was the Costa Rican one's almost full. You can see it's at 83% full. So
Yeah.
let me go ahead and stop sharing and jump back onto you. Okay. So explain to everybody that part of it, because of a lot of people don't understand fractional investing, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
The ability to get your money to work for yourself, start working for you, and you can continue to put the dividend in there, or you don't have to take it and keep it. If you get a dividend, you can actually put it on top of that one and getting it to start multiplying.
Right. You can roll it back in. Exactly.
Roll it back in. So go ahead, Rick.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point, Mike. And I know I'm still pretty fired up about the whole concept of it. Sometimes my mouth gets ahead of my brain on this thing, but I just want to say that the important thing to me was that with what's going on in the economy around America and around the world, to go and find something as you, an individual, identify a property now at a peak price that, if you buy a property now, if you close on a property now, the expectation is you're going to take delivery of that property, right? Well, here, a lot of these properties, as you were just showing, have dates when they're planning to open, right? So I feel like we're going to go through this massive hump. The way real estate works is the interest rates go up, homes become less affordable. Eventually, that drives down the price of the home. Well, the same is true for vacation property. The same is true if you want to be an investor, because to me, if you're going to be an investor in vacation property, you're going to invest in a property that you're going to go visit yourself, right? That only makes sense. I mean, not in every case. Sometimes it's just for the investment, but in my particular case, I want to invest in something that I would go to. And so my focus is Florida. Doesn't mean that's the only thing that I'm personally going to invest in. And as Mike said, this isn't an investor call. This is describing what this is, right?
Exactly.
For you to look at it and make your own decision. But my expectation is that this is the kind of a program, easy entry for myself. And I think there's a lot of people like me. As I talk to people. I mean, I was talking to somebody yesterday I hadn't talked to in a while, and they had recently bought a property in Naples, Florida, and that was back at the end of last year, and they felt like maybe they overpaid and all those kinds of things. But here, you don't have to be the expert, but there is an opportunity to learn a lot about something that could be very lucrative, and you can leverage the things that have been put together here. As an example, the Margaritaville opportunity, which has just happened with MyResClub. And I was in a conversation with my brother, because I've got my brother down in Southwest Florida, kind of helping and looking around and, bird dog and stuff. Well, heck, this is just a way to be in that game and to learn and understand it and follow and be a part of something that's relevant in the marketplace, whether it's East Coast, West Coast, down in Orlando. They've got several Florida things going on, things around the world. I just don't see a better way for somebody to be a part of. I mean, real estate, the leverage that you can gain in real estate is like a lot of things that throw off residual income. It's a challenge to get in the game right now because of the circumstances of the market. What MyResClub is for me is not just regardless of what the economy is doing. Okay, this MyResClub opportunity is just laid out in a way that's an entry level way for somebody to come in and really be able to use it, control it, and benefit from the profit of it. I mean, there's just so many pieces to that, and when you get further into it and you've identified, what you want to be a part of and the choices that you have at MyResClub, I mean, you've got a chance to see the whole picture in a way you can if you're just going out, getting a realtor and go finding a property and hope that it works out, right? And I know, having spent some time as a realtor, it's, there's a lot more to that game, and it's hard to know everything you need to know. And what I see here, I know enough about real estate to know these guys know what they're doing. That's the best way to say it.
Exactly. And what's nice too with the MyResClub, just a little bit more on that, from the opportunity standpoint, is we actually have the ability to give people like travel portals and get cash. They get cash back, and people that refer the travel portals get cash on that. And if you happen to be a MyResClub affiliate, you can actually earn on the investment side, referring people to the investment. If somebody does participate in that, MyResClub will actually get you get you a commission on that, even as they grow their portfolio of investing. There's some affiliate money in that, which is pretty significant. I think that's one of the reasons why you and I both decided that we were going to pony up to $199 to get the affiliate portal, because it just makes sense. So Rick, anything else in kind of closing? Because I didn't want to take too long in here. I know you didn't either.
I just want to say, if someone's interested in gaining the leverage of the real estate game, and specifically in the vacation property game, which is a lot of money, a lot of eyeballs have gone that way over the last decade. There's a reason why things like Airbnb and Verbo and all these things have jumped out there and really blown up. I mean, if you're in a major market in America, up to 1/3 of the properties around you are owned by investors. Okay. And so what do they know that you don't know?
Wow, great point. Great point.
So there really is something here. And I've been the guy looking around. I'm very conservative. I don't, we live, well underneath our means, and I've always worked that way. And with the reason to accumulate enough to go take action when something pops up. And I believe the opportunity in America, in my personal opinion, is going to be fantastic over the next several years. And what a way to get in the game and gain and leverage, not just your personal leverage from what you personally do, from, as Mike mentioned, from leading people to this opportunity, and whatever they do, you can participate in too. I've never seen an opportunity that was attached to real estate that looked like this ever. And I've been on this planet a long time.
Not that long, but long enough, right?
I plan on staying. Yeah.
There you go. That's good. So awesome. Well, Rick, thank you so much for jumping on here. I'm glad we got to put this out here. If somebody wants to get involved, we'll have links somewhere around this video, either my link, Rick's link, and stuff like that. And you can just click on the link and go view the information, get a general understanding of what we have our hands on here. But we'd love to have you part of our team. We do a lot of business stuff ourselves, and multiple streams of income we're coming in, and it just makes life easier when you've got other sources of income that you can make your own decisions. And it's all about getting your life back and getting your freedom back. So Rick, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you being on here. Say goodbye to everybody. We'll wave off to them, and then we'll see them on the other side.
Well, goodbye, everybody. You need to take a look at this.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.